Hello everyone, this is Rachel live from Kalkine Studios and you're watching the IPO Corner show, a weekly show dedicated to IPO market performance. And we bring you hot public offerings and the all-important information around the listing companies under the spotlight. Now, Australia's primary market has been booming over the past 12 months. High subscription numbers and strong listing gains have become a common thing. That's as investors who fail to get IPO allotment tend to rush in to buy shares from the secondary market post-listing. As many as 8 companies are lined up to make their debut on the ASX this week. First up is 8AU, a new exploration company backed by mining industry veteran Brian Frost. The resources company is expected to list its shares on the domestic exchange on the 3rd of December with a market capitalisation of around $19 million. The company looked to raise up to $12 million at 20 cents a share in its IPO. The IPO proceeds will be used for the development of its Western Australia-based exploration projects. The company has a range of projects throughout WA, including the East Pilbara Gold Project, the Yallalong Ni and Q project near Geraldton, and the Plum Ridge Gold Project sitting between the Tropicana Gold Mine in the north. Next up, Alogio Group, short-term accommodation managing company. Alogio Group is slated to start trading on the 29th of November, given that the travel sector is set to boom following an ease in travel restrictions. The company is looking to raise $16.5 million in its IPO. The New South Wales-based property management company proposed to issue 82.5 million ordinary shares at an offer price of 20 cents per share. They operate through 2 divisions, the Holiday Property Management Business Division, covering 879 homes, units and apartments in Australia, as well as the Mid-Market Hotels Division, with 13 hotels under management. The company lists them on the likes of Airbnb, Expedia and Trivago, as well as its own direct booking platform called Winning Holiday. Next up, Biome Australia is planning to list on the ASX on the 30th of November. The probiotics and complementary medicines business has undertaken an IPO to raise $8 million to accelerate its growth initiatives. It's the third biotech to make a debut on the exchange, with regenerative medicine company Tissue Repair starting trade last week. The clinical stage radiopharmaceuticals company Radiopharm Theranostics is set to join the ASX on November the 25th. Biome Australia develops and markets a range of new live biotherapeutics and other evidence-based complementary medicines in Australia, New Zealand and the UK. The company plans to use the funds raised from the offer to accelerate Biome's market expansion, pay for inventory and staff costs, administration costs and working capital, and the offer's costs. Another company to hit the ASX next week is Close the Loop. The company has a sustainability edge as it is involved in resource collection, recycling and packaging. The company proposed to raise $12 million and shares are slated to start trading on the 30th of November with a $66 million market capitalisation. Formed in the early 2000s as a recycler of printer cartridges and toners, the company expanded into production design and manufacturing thanks to OFPAC. It envisaged a future growth coming urban mining, breaking down things like batteries, electronic waste, power tools and cosmetics and repurposing them. Aitken Murray Capital Partners and Cumulus Wealth are leading the IPO. And now, before we look at some more companies, let's take a very short break here. I'll be back soon.
Property by Kalkine. Looking for a dream home? Well, that may sound easy, but it isn't. And from looking for a property that is the right fit for you in terms of cost and other factors, to zeroing down on the right mortgage plan, there are various aspects to consider. And for the latest slowdown in the property market, tune in on Kalkine TV with me, Sage. I will give the latest updates on the property market as well as real estate stocks to help you make the right decision. Keep watching Property with Kalkine.
Hello and welcome back to the IPO Corner show. Next company on the list is Affinity Mining. Diversified minerals exploration and development company Affinity Mining is slated to start trading on the ASX on the 3rd of December. The renewable earth materials explorer looked to raise up to $10 million at an issue price of 20 cents a piece. The IPO came at a time of an increase in the demand profile for nickel, base metals, copper and gold. MacArthur Minerals, of which the company was formerly a subsidiary, has held tenement portfolios in the Pilbara and Central Goldfields regions of WA for many years. The purpose of the offer is to provide funds to implement the company's business strategies to deliver short to medium-term gold mining targets in and around mining blocks. Next is the recently formed entity Orange Minerals. They're seeking to list their shares on the domestic exchange to prospect projects of the east and west of Australia. Shares of the company are likely to start trading on the ASX on the 3rd of December. The shares were originally scheduled to make their debut on the 25th of November, but it was deferred due to an undisclosed reason. The gold and copper exploration company, headed up by Managing Director David Greenwood, aims to raise up to $7 million at 20 cents a piece in its IPO. The exploration company holds projects in the historic Lachlan Fold Belt in New South Wales and the Eastern Goldfields in WA. Next is software business RocketBoots. They're set to list their shares on the 29th of November. The company looked to raise $4.5 million at 20 cents a share. They make software products that solve fundamental problems across a range of business domains. Taylor Collision was appointed as the lead manager to the IPO, which opened for subscription between the 28th of October and the 12th of November. Lastly, we have lithium exploration and development company Winsome Resources. They're pegged to start trading on the ASX on the 30th of November. The company launched its $18 million IPO to cash on global demand for lithium. The company is well positioned to leverage the growing appetite for this critical battery metal, an integral component of batteries for electric vehicles, which is leading the surge in demand for lithium. The Australian company is focused on the exploration and development of high-quality spodumene concentrate suitable for conversion across many different battery applications. Well, there's a long list of companies planning to list on the ASX. We hope you found this informative. Keep watching Kalkine TV for more trending news updates. I'm Rachel, signing off for now.